Have you ever wanted to learn wire wrapping but were too afraid to try? In this video, I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways to wire wrap around a bead. It looks a little complicated, but it's actually very easy and I know you can do it. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and make this bottom dangle so when we close up this heart, we can add it to it. So to make the bottom dangle, I'm going to take one of these ball pens and we're going to thread on one of the crystal bicones, this pretty pink that goes so well with the glass heart, and then one of these great gold stardust beads. I love the stardust. It's so pretty. Gives a really nice blingy touch to the piece. And then a couple of rose quartz chips. I'll choose them carefully for kind of size and shape and the orientation of the hole. Let's try these two and see how they look together. Whenever you were working with chips, gemstone chips like this, you always kind of have to put them together to see if they go together. That one I'm not feeling right about. Let's try this one. The holes need to be kind of centered for this piece. And a lot of pieces you don't need the centered holes, but that looks really good. I like that together. Now, if you wanted to use a different kind of gemstone, we have so many different gemstone chips. Make sure and check those out on our website. So now that I've got everything threaded on there, I'm going to wire wrap this and make a little wire wrap loop at the top. So to do that, I'm going to grab my chain nose pliers and I'm going to leave a couple of millimeters of space between that bottom bead and the plier so I have something to wrap around in a minute here. And I'm just going to make a 90-degree bend, just like that. Then I'm going to grab my round nose pliers. These Tronics pliers are my favorite round nose, although I really like the Lindstroms too. It's kind of a toss-up. And we do have a vast array of pliers for your wire working as well, so make sure to check out the pliers too. So I'm wrapping it around that top barrel. I'm going to take the top barrel out and put the bottom barrel in, so I can wrap the rest of the way around. So I end up with kind of a 90-degree bend there, right above that little space that I left. Then I'm going to grab my chain nose plier and I'm going to kind of clamp that down in my non-dominant hand. And I'm using lots of pressure. And then I'll use my dominant hand to wrap the tail and make a nice wrapped loop. And I'm going to go until all the space that I left there is taken up. I feel like that's really good. And I'm going to use my nice close nipper for this. I chose these close nippers. They're a little angled nipper, also by Tronics, one of my very favorites. So I can really get in there close in and tight and snip off the tail. When you're working with something really small, these are super handy. And a flush cutter is really important when you're doing jewelry, so make sure and check those out. Okay, so now the dangle is all ready. We can start with our wire. Just going to pull off a length of wire. I'll cut a little more than I need. I always like to have a little more than a little less. You always want extra. Okay. I think that's about good. And we'll snip that right off with a flush cutter and set it aside. I'm using Parawire 20 gauge gold. It's silver plated gold, so it's got that really nice luster. Okay, so first we're going to make this heart shape. Let's look at the back of it. So we are going to make a little bump with the round nose pliers. Let me go grab those. And we're kind of making the half of the heart kind of loosely around there. I'm going to open it up a little bit with my fingers. There we go. And so there's half of the heart. Then I'm going to grab, wrong ones, my chain nose pliers. And I'm going to just a little bit down from the end of the bend, a few millimeters down, I'm going to bend this long tail straight up like that. And then I'm going to take my dipped pliers. Now these are dipped in Tool Magic, which I'll show you in just a second, because they'll grip the wire really well for me. And I'm just going to close that up a bit. I'm not closing it up all the way. I'm leaving a little space, but I want it to be going straight up because the bead is going to thread right onto this long tail. And then I'm just going to kind of massage the wire around with my fingers until I get my heart about the size and shape that I want it. And then I will take my regular chain nose pliers here. And I will bend that shorter tail up on itself. And I'm going to grab my dipped pliers again and tighten that down nice and tight. And then I'm going to take the shorter tail and just spread it out the opposite direction, kind of smoothing that out. There we go. And sometimes this little bend will get kind of crooked. I really want to keep the wire straight up on itself. So I want it coming down and then back up with the wire, one wire on top of the other that way. Okay, that's starting to look really good. And then let's go ahead and make the second bend here. We're going to make it real loosely around this because it's a little bigger than these pliers allow for. We're getting pretty close. I think I'm going to work that a little bit more. A lot of shaping a shape like this is just very small adjustments because you want it to feel perfect. And if you take your time on it and make little adjustments, it'll look better. Now that we've got the heart fully formed, the next thing we'll do is thread on the little dangle. So on the short end here, we'll just thread that through and let it fall to the bottom of the heart, just like that. And then the last thing we need to do is make this great little spiral that kind of tops the heart. It's a little bigger here, but that's okay. You have a lot of choices here. You can make things bigger, you can make them smaller. In fact, if you're really interested in wire wrapping, we have a great video that talks about jewelry making wire, as well as a whole series that I did recently about how to wire work from very basic to more advanced. So make sure and check that out. Okay, so we've got that there. So what I'm going to do is take the tail and I'm just going to kind of pull it behind the other tail. And it'll go out of shape a little bit. That's okay. It's going to want to go back into the shape that you shaped it to. And this wire is going between the front of the heart and this long tail. So it's kind of locking it in there, if you can see. And we'll just finger shape it a little bit to make sure it's going just how we want it to go. I'm really happy with that. Now, to make the spiral, it's much easier than you imagine if you haven't done one before. So we just have to figure out how big of a spiral we want and cut the tail to that length. I have a little extra length here, which is fine. So you can count the loops. There's like 1, 2.5 loops there. If you want that same size spiral, you just kind of figure 1, 2.5 loops there. I think because I made a bigger heart, I might make a slightly bigger spiral. So I'm going to cut it off right about there. Okay, use your handy flush cutters. Now, to make the spiral is really simple. You're going to grab your round nose pliers. These are really important in jewelry making. We use them whenever we make a loop. That's really specifically what they're for. And a spiral is just kind of a series of loops. They just get kind of bigger and bigger. So you're going to grab the tip of the wire and make most of a circle. You don't really need it to touch because there's always a little flat spot at the very end, and we always want to cut that off when we're making a spiral. So you're going to take this nice flush cut tip against the piece that you're keeping and just snip off the last couple millimeters. So you have a nice rounded hook. Then you're going to just take that and keep working it around. You're going to not make a loop, but you're going to kind of surpass a loop and loop it around itself so the tail is kind of making a double loop like that. Once you get to that stage, you can grab a couple of different tools. You can either use a nylon jaw plier like this that have these great nylon jaws that will not mar your wire surface. Or you can take your dipped pliers, which I really like. I feel like they're more precise. I have more control. They're dipped in something called Tool Magic, which is just a coating that keeps that metal on metal contact from marring your wire. Okay, so I'm just going to clamp this right where my spiral left off and readjust and clamp and readjust and clamp and keep doing this until I get to the point where I can't push anymore. So we're making a really pretty spiral here. And I'm going to go right up to kind of the juncture of this heart at the top. I can't really do anything else there. So the magic here is that we just take these pliers and clamp the bottom half of that spiral, and you're going to flip it upside down like that. And then you have your really pretty heart with your spiral finish on it. And you can adjust your heart around a little bit if you need to at this point. I like to do a lot of finger adjusting with wire. If you need to, you can readjust with your dipped pliers. I feel like that looks really good. Next, we're going to go ahead and thread on this pretty glass bead. You always want to make sure your hole size fits your wire size. This has a really nice big hole, so it's great on this 20 gauge wire. And I'm just going to thread it onto the end of the wire and let it fall against the heart that I just made. So we have this cute heart on heart kind of shape. And I want it really, I'm going to move that dangle out of the way there. It's gotten caught up where it shouldn't be. There we go. It belongs down there. And you want it really nice and firm in the lee of the heart here against the spiral. And then we can make the other side. Okay. So for the top of this one, I used the smaller barrel of these extra large Weber mandrel pliers. I have every size of these. I absolutely love Webers. I use them to make most of my circles in wire. They're really, really handy. They're also really affordable too. I really recommend having them if you want to do wire work. But if you don't have them, you can use any round objects that's the size that you want, cylindrical. You can use a medicine bottle sometimes a permanent marker barrel. But I'll show you how to use the Webers today. So we're going to leave just a little space at the bottom. And remember, we're tugging really nice and firmly against this spiral at the bottom. So you only want to use, leave a few millimeters of space. And you're going to make a 90-degree angle. So the wire is kind of hitting the bump of the heart here on the glass. So I'll let you see what that looks like in total. And then let's take the Webers, and you could make any size round at the top of this, but I'm just going to go ahead and make it like I originally made it. And so I'm just going to take the Webers and I'm going to grab the wire a ways away until the barrel is about halfway around. And then I'll just pull the wire the rest of the way around like that. And then I'll just adjust it a bit with my fingers and make sure it looks like I want it to look. I feel really good about that. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, let's take a look at this guy. See, it's wire wrapped at the bottom. That's fine. And then after we wire wrapped, we made this nice spiral tail. So the next thing I'm really doing is making a wire wrap loop here. It's just a very large one. So I'm going to take my nylon jaw pliers, because they're larger than my dipped pliers, and I'm going to clamp the half of the loop where the tail is coming off. That's really important. If you clamp the other half of the loop, it will go wonky. Then I can do this with my fingers or I can do it with pliers, but because I want to use the tail to make this finishing spiral, I'm just going to use my fingers and be gentle. But I am wrapping nice and tight until I hit the bottom of the base of that heart. So I'm comfortable with that. Okay, it's wrapped, I think, as far as it can go. And I'm going to smooth out my wires so I can make a really nice spiral. And then I'm going to cut what I need to make the spiral. So I feel right about there is good. Okay, now we just make another spiral. And if your loop got a little wonky in the wrapping process, you can put your barrel back in there and just kind of massage it around and make it more rounded. You can also kind of finger adjust it. There's a lot of ways to do it. All right, so now we're going to do it again, make the spiral. So use your round nose pliers to make a hook. Cut off the last couple millimeters of the hook because there's always that flat spot. And then continue around. And then I'll grab my dipped pliers and then clamp and push until I can't go any further.
Like what you see so far? Click on the link in the description below to sign up for our email list and learn more about jewelry making techniques and supplies.
Now, see, my spiral got off a little bit right there, so I'll actually, this is a good teaching moment. I'll pull that back out and clamp really hard and push again. And so I've gotten rid of the bump in that spiral. I'm glad that happened. Okay. Really easy for that to happen, really easy to correct it. All right, and we're just going until we can't go anymore. Okay, now I'm going to take my pliers and clamp that spiral and flip it up. It covers the wire wrap and it makes this really nice detail in the lee of the heart bead. It's really pretty. And you can do any adjusting that you need to do at this point. But I feel pretty good about it. So there we have your completed wire wrapped bead with this great heart and spiral detail. So much easier to make than I think you thought. I know you can do it. If you want to make this project, check out the materials list, which is in the description below. There'll be a link there. And make sure and like, share, and subscribe. We will see you next time.